Hey, what's up, guys? So, just getting started on this YouTube venture here. Anyhow, we started this to help kind of anybody starting off, whether you're old, young, it doesn't really matter. We just started kind of investing, daily. I'm not going to say day traders per se. There's a difference between investing, trading, and being a day trader. Investing is obviously you're buying long term, holding for longevity. Day trader, you're going to get into position the same day and sell the same day, right? So we like to do is swing trade majority of the time, and we do have a little bit of long-term positioning. And there's a couple times where we do day trade. Um, just kind of depends on the market and what we're looking at on that day, right? So anyhow, I thought I would start with kind of showing everybody what I do when I'm first looking for, let's say, a stock, right? So for example, I just go to the Google bar and I'll type in the name. So today is SoFi stock. Very simple. I go down here, click more, right? You can view more things on here. Then as you come up to it, you can see down the bottom, there's like overview, earnings, and financials, right? So you can see their earnings. You can see what their postings were for Q3, Q4. You can actually look all the way back on this. You can read a couple of the news, a couple of things that happened on them, what they're all about, basically. Then you can look at their financials. The financials, you can look at their income year over year. You can see their year over year income has just like, increased like crazy. Their balance sheet, obviously they have good value, right? So their total assets are definitely higher than their liabilities. That's always a plus. You can also check out their cash flow positions. You can see where they are as far as cash flow. And you can check and see like how much cash they have on hand, how much their capital is that it takes them to run every single month. And you can kind of, if you really broke that down and took your time, which we do it, I'm not about to do it right here because some things you got to learn how to do on your own because you can't depend on social media to for you to succeed, right? Basically, and it took me a couple of times to learn that. Now you can find guidance, you can find some ideas, you can find some good tickers, maybe some good signals, some good calls. Absolutely, kind of puts you on the right road. But you need to learn how to do this type of stuff. The only way you're gonna learn how to do that is to just be about it, right? So it's very easy. Like this is all free information. You can literally go on here to Google page, to Google Finance, type in whatever the company name is, SoFi stock, Sea stock, Redwire stock. Those are three companies, by the way, I'm looking at next week to add to my long-term position as well as a swing position, which I have two positions in all three of those. I'm sorry, I only have one position in Sea because it's a little newer for me. I'm looking to start a long-term position in it. I have a small one I'm trying to swing. I wish I would have started my secondary one. Anyhow, that's for another video. But the idea of this is to learn how to just look up and identify the stock and to see, is this worth investing in? Is it not worth investing in? So the first thing I like to do, I like to Google Finance, and I just kind of look at real quick their balance sheet and their income, their financial statements, and just see like Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 to see like year over year, are they increasing, they decreasing? What are they doing, right? What's everybody saying about them? Do they have any contracts coming up? Then the second thing you can do, you can literally just go to their website. So honestly, you just go to SoFi.com, right? Sometimes it pulls up, sometimes it doesn't. This one happened to pull up. You can literally go on here and see, you can see their products, SoFi Plus, and like not necessarily for this one because it's kind of a banking, but like some of the AI stocks, like Redwire, for example, or BBI, I'm sorry. Sometimes you gotta be careful because something's AI generated. So if it's AI generated, there's like not real world usage. So you want something that's actually being applied to the day to day now, because that's what's gonna give you value, right? Anyhow, so once I've gone through those couple things, that's when the next thing I'll do is I'll actually go on to Yahoo Finance, right? So I go to Yahoo Finance, and then from here, you can do the same thing. You can search it on Yahoo Finance, okay? So we just go on here, same thing, type it in. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, it took me twice, sorry. So this kind of gives you a little bit more breakdown. Kind of gives you a lot more news articles. You can kind of go back and read on it. Now, I personally pay for Yahoo Finance. I felt like this was a great platform to kind of deep dive onto each stock that we're looking at to really make a better evaluation for ourselves. Like, is this something we want to hold long term? Is it something that's going to kind of just putter off in maybe a year or so, etc.? You kind of get the idea. So I'll just wrap this video up real quick by just giving the 3 platforms I like to use. So the first platform that I started with is Robinhood. That's probably where I had the majority of my positions opened at. It's because for me, being a business owner, because I came from blue collar, that's how I started this whole thing. It's like, I got to do better and do more for my family and my wife and my kids. So I had to start doing something investing, right? So for me, Robinhood was the most convenient. It's super user friendly. If you're like, you don't know what to do, you don't understand the chartings, you don't understand anything, it's okay. You don't have to. You don't have to understand it all. You just got to do it and start it. You can't wait for tomorrow, right? Because that's what I did. I waited for tomorrow. Then before you know it, it's like life passes you by. So Robinhood was definitely for me the best thing to start it for. And some people don't like, actually, I'm sorry, a lot of people don't like it. They're going to like judge you for it, whatever. Who cares? It's easy. I've learned tremendously from Robinhood. I have my most positions on Robinhood. Now, I'm not going to day trade on Robinhood because it has bad lag. You can't fill all your orders. It does partial ordering, partial sales, etc. The second thing I like is I like my Schwab. Okay, my Schwab is where I put my quote unquote long-term positions. This is where I open up my second positions that I talk about. So in my Robinhood, I might buy red wire and swing trade it, maybe sell it for a week, maybe 2 weeks later. Excuse me. In my Schwab, I'll buy red wire, maybe try to buy at the same time, maybe lower, maybe a little higher. I'll dollar cost average into it over 6, 8, 9 months. And hopefully that stock just continues to grow. Now, you can't just put it in there and forget about it because companies can go out of business and they can lose money as fast as they can make money. So you have to stay on your game. Okay, you have to maintain discipline and you got to at least look at it. I wouldn't say you got to check them every single day. I'm not buying nothing in my Schwab that I got to check every single day because the idea behind that, the stress level, it'll consume you. It will absolutely consume you. The third that I like is Webull. So in my Webull, I have just a small fraction of my portfolio I dedicate to Webull. And this is where me and my son, we day trade, right? We get in a position and we sell the same day. We do not hold nothing. I don't care what it is. I hold 0 in there. When I log into that account every single morning, it shows how much money I have available. No positions, okay? We only trade one stock at a time. I'm not sitting here trying to open up multiple positions in Webull. It's just, it'll turn chaotic, until you become a little more advanced. And I just play around that a little bit. That's my play money, hopefully my plan is to 3x that by the end of the year. And then I'll take out some of that money. I'll put it into a Schwab, into another position that I'm like, okay, I found another stock. And then maybe I'll swing trade a few things in my Robinhood. But honestly, those are my 3 I like to use. Robinhood, Webull, Schwab. If you do Webull, for me personally, in my opinion, the level 2 data is worth every little bit you pay for it on the month. The extra for the upgrade. Yahoo Finance is definitely worth the little bit of money you pay for every single month. And we also do, I get a couple of the newsletters from Motley Fool. I'm sorry, Motley Crue, same thing. Motley Fool. Anyhow, those are just a few things that we do. If you're looking for a little bit of guidance and a little bit of help, a little bit of direction, I'm not going to tell you what to do or how to do it or who to do it with. Okay, by no means. But we did create a Patreon as we just started this YouTube channel. And we talk about business. Like I talk about my trials and tribulations I've had as a business owner, what we've done to grow. We have honestly, over the last 8 years, we have been growing by 18 to 22% every single year. And hopefully we continue to do so. And so I just talk about small little aspects of life in there. We put a couple of news articles, couple heavy hitter articles on a couple stocks that have big catalysts coming, things we're watching. I do put a couple things that we're watching for long term, short term, what we've traded. I'm not going to give you advice. I'm not going to be your financial advisor. I'm not an advisor. I'm just a blue collar worker, again, that owns his own company. We're just a small guy. So if you're interested in something like this and you think this might give you a little something, check it out. We're going to have the link below. It's $1 a month. Like, I don't even know, honestly, what you could buy for $1 a month. I would love for you to tell me in the comments one thing you bought for $1 in the last month, in the last year. Tell me what you bought for $1. And it has to include tax. Okay. I mean, honestly, there's so much value in there. Like, anyhow, check us out. Peace. Remember, don't talk about it, be about it. Stand on your discipline. I wanted to leave.